Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Um, Today is a Thursday, as you guys can see. It's the 27th of November 2025. So, um, uh, I have looked at the market today, and am not really looking for anything. Or the market hasn't really presented, anything that is substantial. Like, yeah. Anything hasn't created it has opportunities, but they're not, good opportunities for me to take. So today I decided that since I'm not going to be trading today, and obviously tomorrow is a Friday, which is a no trading day for me, I might as well do the uh whole week, the weekly recap of what actually happened, how I traded, and what I did right, what I did wrong, and all the other stuff. So let's get right into it. We start off with oil. So in the last video that I posted, for this week, I talked about how this oil trade um played out. As you can see now, it's pushing back up. But also, if you did not watch the last one, just know that I am no longer in this trade. This trade has already hit my stop loss, which was already moved, which I moved to the downside, and it hit that stop loss. So I'm not, suffering the drawdowns of this trade, and obviously I'm happy about it. But what I'm not happy about is that it is pushing up, that if I was within this trade, that I would be suffering drawdowns, because I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but I'd rather have this trade pushed down, not being in it, not being in the trade, but pushed down and eventually hit my take profit. That tells me overall that, I was right, in this trade. But now, since it's actually doing the opposite of what I expected it to do, that is a problem that I need to look at. You know, it is a problem that I need to look at and see on how I can fix up. Because as much as you might think, oh yeah, he's not in the trade, so it's all good. It's not, because if I was still in this trade, then I would be in drawdown. And that is, I don't see how someone could look at this and with the context that I've just gave you and think that it is it's a good thing he's not in the trade, yes, but it's also a bad thing that he's almost wrong. He's wrong, about the direction of the market. That just tell you that even maybe next time, who says you'll be right? So I would rather have this pushing down. So I would have to look at what actually happened. And obviously there's this, which I'm seeing. Obviously I did this to say like this is a support, but also here we have this resistance, right? And that's coincidentally, let me just turn it into another color. Let me make it, purple. Yeah. And effectively, that was the support that the market, respected. And obviously, trading, you have to take account of all of this stuff. If the market was gonna reverse from that point, should you like put your take profits over there, and all that other stuff, should you have them there or should you move them? So here, like, I thought that this trade, as you see it now, was gonna push further down because we are in a downtrend, and also the higher time frame is also in a downtrend. So to me, I thought that we were effectively gonna push down. Even with this small correction right here, with this correction, let me just show it to you guys properly. Even with this correction right here, I thought the market would eventually push down and continue to go down, and obviously break the low that it created right over here, right? Break this low that it created here and effectively push down. But that did not happen, right? As we're currently seeing, it did not happen. It did not push down. Effectively, it is going up, which is not great in my book. But I can also understand why it's going up, right? Respected support on the purple line. Obviously, when we're at the floor, we want to buy, and obviously when we're at the ceiling, we want to sell. You know, basic, you know, basic stuff. So, I'm not, although I'm out of it, I'm not happy about it. That is effectively going like in this direction. I'm not. Obviously, I wouldn't be happy about it if I was still in it, because obviously that would mean you know, I'm suffering. I'm in drawdown now, right? And the only reason I also moved this trade stop loss was because I was in other trades. So to cover up the risk of this trade, I had to move the stop loss. I had to move the stop loss, and yeah, which was fairly good. I think that was a great decision that I did for the account. To move the stop loss, I think that was a great decision from me to do for the account. And now looking at it, like I explained yesterday, that we won't know at this current moment. We'll know when yesterday, because effectively, as I did say, that two things were gonna happen. Two things only. Out of two things, one of them was gonna happen, is either it was gonna go down and push for my take profit, which I would have been, like, not really frustrated, but like maybe annoyed. Yeah, annoyed that it hit my stop loss and effectively pushed down, right? But now, because it did not happen, that does not mean that you should feel like relieved that you're not in this trade. Okay, you can feel that relief, right? Acknowledge it, but also acknowledge the fact that had you not gone out, or had you not moved your stop loss now, you'd be suffering drawdown. Those we had to acknowledge both sides of this trade. So yeah, this is the oil that I was trading, and this is how it's currently going. I will update you, or maybe I will post a shot of how it ended, how this trade ended. Moving on to the trade that I was in, it is this one. Oh, let me put back everything in the path. Maybe if it okay. Okay, let me I just want to delete this arrow. All right. The USD, no, I'm sorry. The GBP JPY, the GJ, right? Obviously, if you guys remember, there was a trade that I took. It was somewhere around the last trade that I took on GJ was at the bottom, and this. Let me just point towards it. This horizontal line was my. That horizontal line was my resistance, which the market went and it might take profit, right? I was still buying this trade, gladly. I was buying this trade, and it effectively pushed up, which enhanced also made me correct with my prediction on it. Also, so when I saw that we had a support here and the market, this is the 4 hour, bear in mind, this is the 4 hour chart. The market had gone up and came back to this support right here, which was solidified by the fact that, you know over here the market came down, broke, and retested, and once we were here again, we went up. So every time, like I said now, every time the market was above it, we were buying, above it we were buying, and below it we were selling. Even though it's not really that much of a sell, the market did respect this support, this resistance to sell. Even when it broke, it respected it to retest it and push up. And every time we were on it, we bought, right? We bought. So for me, I was looking for buys because obviously now I know that this trade is bullish on the overall higher time frames. This market is bullish, so I was looking for buys, right? Generally looking for buys. I entered on Monday. This was a Monday trade that I took. And throughout Monday, I had to deal with this drawdown right here. The market playing around before pushing up. I had to I was caught up in that noise. And I said in the last video that, a younger me, seeing this, everything transpire right now, everything just transpire here, with all this noise, with everything here. I think at some point when the market was slightly above my entries, I would have closed it out and just didn't want to trade it, because you might have not wanted to be caught up in that noise or anything, yeah. So I mentioned how I'm glad that I was not I did not let that emotion make me do irrational stuff. I did not listen to that emotions. I just kept cool and remained calm and understood that the amount that I was risking was what I was willing to risk, which it was. So this trade eventually pushed up, eventually eventually closed with a profit on it. And also, one mistake that I wanted to highlight that I did this week was on this trade. Luckily for me, I had an alert here on this trade. I don't know if you saw on the last video, I had an alert on this pair, and I can't remember where it was, but I was moving it around during the day, based on where the market was, based on where I wanted to get notified. Okay, like the market is moving pretty good, and so that's what I did. Eventually, when I saw it, something like this happen. I think it was this candlestick right here. I think it was this this one. I think it was this candlestick right here. This one, which alerted me, which gave me my first alert, It was, yeah, I think it was somewhere here, and then I just moved it here. It gave me my first alert that, hey, yeah, the market is up now. It's at your alert. So I moved it up to effectively the take profit, and the market went. And as I got the alert, I went on to check the trades, and the trades were not closed. So I closed them manually. You know, I closed them manually, because I don't know why I did not enter my take profit on the trades. Obviously I forgot, but it's it's a minor mistake, minor error from me, which obviously now I should really pay close attention to, because you find that next time it will be here, and by the time I check, it will be there. you know. So I think that just shows you the importance of having targets, and uh yeah, of having targets and actually setting them, and yeah. So this trade was a good trade. um what did I take away from this trade? I think one thing that I always take away from this trade, personally, is my my ability to actually stay patient with them, even though, obviously, guys, I'm not the best trader in the world, and I'm not trying to be, and I'm not saying that I am gonna be that. And if it happens, it happened because I'm only trying to be the best trader that I can be, you know. And if that means that I'm the best in the world, that's just what it means. So obviously, during this roller coaster, because it is like during this roller coaster, of emotions, going up, going down, whatever. um I was I was getting nervous. I was like, okay, we're good. And I know, it's you shouldn't let the market do this to you, you know give you that roller coaster. That just means you are too attached to the trades, meaning you are too attached to that money you know you are trading with. So yeah, I think it's something that I should work on. And obviously, you're as a trader, I think most of us know that we are gonna be continuously be working on stuff. We're gonna continuously be working on, the mistakes that we make, because we are human. We will make mistakes. That's one thing that's guaranteed in trading. We will make mistakes, but how, how those mistakes, how we make those mistakes, and how much those mistakes cost us, it's all up to us. you know that's the factors that, you know the one factor we can't control is how much it costs us, that mistake that we're doing, that we're making. And sometimes it will cost people maybe like their whole accounts. Maybe you end up blowing an account off of that mistakes. And now that's where it becomes very hard, because you have to go back, really, you have to go back and look at yourself, because only you made that mistakes, right? You have to go back and look at yourself, and obviously analyze what you did, you know what you did wrong, or what rule did you not follow, which is still wrong also. What rules that you said did you not follow, you know is the rule that you set actually even helping you? You have to go back and look at a lot of stuff. So yeah. So I think for me it was a great week. I managed my trades very well, and ultimately I'm happy about this week. Yeah. I genuinely hope it continues like this, you know. Genuinely hope it continues like this, but also it's all up to me, how I approach the market. You have to have a consistency to what you do and how you approach the market. Obviously the opportunities won't be in a consistent format. You won't have opportunities like this where you have a 1:1 5 9 5. Uh it might be, sometimes it might be more, sometimes it might be less, and obviously you as the trader have to determine whether that risk is worth taking or not. So that's it for me, guys. Let me just show you the trades this side. Yep. Here are the trades. This, as you can see, the 24th. This was taken on a Monday. It was closed yesterday, the 26th. It's a real account. Um, I wanna show you that it is a real account, but I also don't know how to blur out my account numbers, all that confidential information. I still don't know how to blur out. I'm still learning it. So once I know how to do that, I'll prove to you guys that it's a real account. If you don't believe me, you know, or if you have doubts, I will show you that it's a real account. No, yeah. So this is it. This is for this week. These This is for this week, and I'm sure you have seen um the whole yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for watching, and leave a like and sub to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. uh I'll see you guys in the next video for the pre-week analysis, you know of everything. Pre-week analysis of everything. And yeah, thank you guys.